This is my review for the Xbrand lap desk with the retractable mouse pad. This is the product I chose after some research in order to have my laptop on my lap without getting my legs too hot, as well as keeping my laptop warm and providing a stable environment. It comes in this plastic holder, which you know, one of those things that you have to cut the item out, and then this is the lap desk itself. It is black with this middle part. Let me do something here. I'm gonna measure it. It looks like it's about a little over 14 inches long, and if you go to the widest parts, about 11 inches wide here. This middle part is what's going to be the retractable mouse pad. There's a little indentation right here that you have to grab it with your fingers, and when I first got this it was very stiff, and I was afraid to break it because it's just a couple of plastic clips holding it. But you basically pull this way and lift, and the mouse pad portion opens up for you. This hinge is something I was concerned about with at first, but it feels very sturdy, that it's not going to necessarily break or snap off right away. If you can kind of see, there's the little clip. There's one on two sides there. That's what holds the mouse pad in place when you put it back down. It has these non-slippery material here for the four corners of your laptop, and they make this so that it can fit different size laptops. So I'm going to pull out a couple of examples here. So I have my standard 15-inch laptop from work, as well as my netbook. And let me just show you the netbook here, as it is a bit smaller, but it still fits on the different spots intended for the feet to go on under. Also, if you can kind of see, there is, my netbook actually has little knobs for feet, which raises it just enough to get a space in between, which allows airflow all by itself. So even if you're not using the mouse pad portion, you can get some airflow depending on your laptop. I'm going to go ahead and open that for now and put the netbook back on there. And as you see, we got the intention is that coming up from underneath here, since you have this big hole, is you're going to get a lot better airflow. Now granted, think about it, that's where your lap is. Now of course, if your legs are on either side of that hole, you'll get a little ventilation, but it seems to be working pretty well. I've had this for a little over a week or two, and have used it for extensive periods, and my lap is fine, as well as the laptop itself doesn't seem extra hot. Now on the mouse pad part, sorry about that. This is a full-size mouse, and as you can see, it gives you just a few inches around to move about, and it works out okay for that. I personally use a mini mouse for my netbook, which gives me a little wider range of motion. This is kind of a slippery surface. There's no edges, the edges are probably kind of nice not having that, because then my hand's not rubbing against anything. But if I'm actually on my lap or an angle, there's nothing to hold my mouse up here. So, I've read some reviews where people have maybe put something kind of sticky or what have you here, a different kind of material, almost kind of like the foot pad here, just so it'll not slide as easy. Otherwise, this is just smooth plastic. So that I can see being a complaint for some folks, that if you're at an angle, your mouse is just going to slide straight off. But otherwise, this has been it comes with also a little groove so you can easily carry it. This fits in my backpack just fine, and like I said, even closed, it has some space to get the airflow going, and I definitely don't feel any heat when it's on my lap. The bottom side is more the same, so it's just another piece of plastic. I mean, all for the same price. They all seem to be plastic products. and they all seem to be fairly similar, except for this one allows for the additional airflow once you open up the mouse pad. Not much to it, but I've been very happy with this. Is it worth the $26 to $28 depending? That's for you to decide. You know, there's not a lot of other options that are less expensive. I did try out a couple of options that were such as fans blowing up from the bottom or what have you, but I just didn't want anything that was already drawing off the power of my laptop and using my battery power up. So this provides some additional airflow without draining your battery extra, and apparently if you can keep your laptop cooler, it uses less energy, and you don't have to change your battery out as much. So this is my review for the Xbrand laptop with retractable desk pad, and hopefully this was helpful to you. Thank you.